Hello, welcome to the first episode of Pillow Talking with Jay and Jenn. I'm Jay.
And I'm Jen. Get ready for real and authentic conversations right from the comfort of your pillows. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. So you're probably thinking, what is this show going to be about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to be about open, honest relationships and having those deep conversations within the relationship. So that's what we're going to be talking about in these episodes.
Yeah, it's about, those conversations you have at night right before bedtime, pillow talking, literally laid in the bed, pillow talking with each other. That's basically what our content and our show is going to be about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a little bit about why we decided that we wanted to start a show discussing relationships and love and marriage. Back in 2019, I came to my husband and told him that I wanted to get a group of our couple friends together and create something called the Cup. And the Cup stood for Couples United Project. We had different friends from different walks of life, and I noticed that some of the issues or things that were going on in one group of friends was also on in another group of friends. So I just want to gather everybody together and kind of, meet together, discuss things that we had going on, seeing how we could unite and kind of uplift each other in those situations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would have couples come together and we would have like dinner, and then we would also have like a little mini project for them to do together.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a lot of good responses.
We did.
We got a lot of good responses.
I think one time we did it quarterly.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of quarterly. So the first one was like a big meet and greet. We had dinner. We did the whole setup and couples, and we strategically placed couples together that didn't know each other but had something in common. And so once they got talking, they realized, oh, we have this in common or we have that going on. So we were hoping that we could, kind of form deeper relationships with our friends, but that they would get to know our other friends as well. What did we do? We did a game night.
Yeah.
We did a vision board party with the couples, which was really fun. We also separately got together, like the girls went out for brunch, and I think the guys would y'all do like Autobahn or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So like I said, we started that in 2019. Went into 2020, and then COVID hit.
Yep.
So it was just kind of hard for us to get together. I think we tried one virtual date night during COVID, did a Zoom call and everything like that, but it just kind of fell off after that. So now we're here. And I came to my husband. I was like, I really want to do a podcast or something where we just talk about marriages and stuff. And I was still having friends who were part of the Cup saying, oh, we should get together again, or we should do something. And then we also have like couples in our church that come to us and be asking us for advice. You'll be surprised, like the text messages I get, or like just different things, So we thought maybe this would be a good platform to kind of talk about, different subjects, things that we've gone through in our own marriage.
Yeah.
So it's kind of how we got here.
Yeah, and she's been talking about doing this for quite a while, and I treat her ideas like I treat mine. You may say an idea, and I may say, okay, that sounds good, and then I don't even think about it anymore.
Right. Right.
But if you keep bringing it up, I'm like, okay, then there must be something here. So that's how she did it with this idea, and I'm like, okay, it must be something that she really wants to do. And on top of that, I also saw the fruit from it over the past couple of years. Like I said, the only thing that stopped us was COVID, and we shouldn't have let that stop us, but it did. Plus, we had a living situation. We was moving into the house we in now, so we had a lot of things going on outside of that. So I do understand why we stopped, and I'm glad she's picking it back up now because now we can move forward with this podcast and also to bigger and better things. So this is pretty much the foundation of what we would love to see happen. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So, I guess we should tell the people a little bit about how we met.
Okay.
How we know each other.
How we know each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Where you want to...
How did we get here?
Okay, where you want to start with that, huh?
Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. And once upon a time, we went to high school together. And shout out to all the First Coast Buccaneers here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Class of 2000.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were in high school together, but we had one class together. And I just used to see her. I didn't think anything about her. You know, I just saw her in my class. I knew her name. Her name's Jennifer. Hey, how you doing?
Yep.
You know, and that was pretty much it. I knew she was in the band and all that good stuff. So we kind of left it at that. But you want to take from here, or you want me to keep going?
Same. I knew who he was. We had anatomy class together. I knew his name was Jimmy, and he hung out with some of the people that were in band with me. Yeah. So that's how I knew him. I was like, that's Jimmy. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And he wore windbreaker suits.
Okay, we're going in.
Yeah, I mean, well, you said the band girl,
yeah,
so I mean, yeah.
But I didn't say that you wore your band shirt every day, though.
I didn't wear
black pants, black jeans.
I didn't wear it every day.
Black shoes.
I did not. Well, apparently you were peeping me. I didn't.
No, I just noticed. I noticed what you
I didn't wear them every day, but we did a lot of parades, and we had to wear the band shirt. Okay.
So you wore
not every day though.
Oh my god. All right. So.
Yeah, so I knew who he was, and so let's fast forward.
Okay. To.
What happened? What happened after high school?
Oh, okay. So of course, high school ended, and we lost touch with each other. Like I said, didn't think anything about her like that or anything. So time went on, time moved on, and then this wonderful social media platform called MySpace came in on the internet. And everybody was on there, including myself and Miss Jennifer.
Yes.
So, like I said, I remember her from high school, so I added her as a friend, and that was pretty much it. But moving forward after that, they had some type of surveys, what they call it, that you could put online and post it on there. And then, you know, anybody can read it and anybody can apply to the survey. So I did one. I put it out there just to see what happens, you know. And I got a reply back from this lady sitting next to me. So it was like a relationship survey or a dating survey. And like a few of the questions were like, do you find me attractive, or would you go out on a date with me? And I was seeing yeses. So I'm like, okay. So I looked at the survey, and then I'm looking at her pictures. I'm like, oh, I don't remember her looking like that now. Wait a minute now, you know? So, you know, I checked it out, and I looked at it, and then I replied back. I said, hey, I saw you said yes to a couple of those questions. You want to see if we could go out or something like that? And she said yes. right. So, so I was living in Tallahassee at the time, and she was living here in Jacksonville. So I said, okay, well then we can go out before I go back to Tallahassee when I come down. Now I believe I'm coming down next weekend. So she said, okay. Mm-hmm. And that's what we did. We went out to Ruby Tuesdays.
Ruby Tuesdays.
Out at the airport. Mm-hmm. I believe it's still there.
So, one of the few restaurants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we went out before I headed back to Tallahassee, and we had a nice little quick lunch date, and we talked a little bit and ate a little bit, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't know what made me respond to your survey. To be honest, I don't remember what made me or what stood out to me that said, "Oh, respond to his survey and say, oh yeah, we can go out on a date." I honestly don't remember exactly what prompted me to do that. Maybe some of it was familiarity, like I knew who you were, mm-hmm. and I was like, oh, well, it'll be good to at least catch up because I haven't seen them since high school. And I think even before that survey, we did talk a little bit. Okay. We were like communicating a little bit through MySpace. I was like, oh, hey, Jimmy, you remember me? I remember you. How's it going? I think you had already told me you were in Tallahassee at that point. So I think we had some communication prior to me filling out that survey. Okay. So maybe that's what prompted me, like, yeah, why not? Let's catch up in person and let's go, let's see what happens on this date,
Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe I told you that the reason I accepted it was because I knew you from high school, mm-hmm. because I was not going to go out with anybody that I do not know anymore.
It's wild. It's wild out there.
Okay? I've experienced too many catfishes. Okay? Too many catfishes. And I was like, I'm done with that. That was the only thing saved you.
Okay, I think so with me too, because like I had talked to other people before then that I hadn't met and didn't know. I was like, baby, let me rewind this thing back.
Yeah. I was like, no, I remember her from high school, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your first impression when we had our first date?
Can I say that?
You can.
Oh.
We have a real, authentic conversation. Real and authentic. So
real?
Keep it real.
Like real? Like for real?
Like for real.
Oh, God. Okay. What was the first impression? Okay. So I already told you guys I saw her online with the pictures, and I find her very attractive from the pictures. It was only face shots, and I said okay. So we went out on a date and stuff, the little mini date, and we went to Ruby Tuesdays. We ate, had a nice conversation. I was really enjoying her conversation, and she was enjoying mine. Mm-hmm. And quick little fun fact, I don't talk a lot, but if you make me talk, I'll talk. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I know people are like, you conversate? Yes, I conversate. I talk. But, so we had a nice conversation, and I enjoyed it. And the date ended. We both got up. And she turned around and walked out the door, and I was behind her, and I saw what I liked. I liked it a lot. I like it has to be mine. It has to be all mine.
You are so crazy.
You said real. I gave it to you. You
yeah,
did.
Yeah.
And
Oh, so you were mesmerized?
I was.
Oh, okay.
I was. So I was like, I kind of fell in love on first sight, but it's okay. So I enjoyed talking to her and all of that good stuff. So we left from there, but the main thing that really impressed me was when I was heading back to Tallahassee driving, she called me, and then we talked some more all the way for me to get back to Tallahassee. And I was like, man, I ain't never talked to no girl this long. And actually enjoyed it. It wasn't like a a one-sided conversation for the most part. We was going back and forth talking, and it just kept going from there. And she was calling me like every night, like around the same time, just checking on you and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. So she was showing her interest in me, and I was doing the same. So that meant a lot.
Listen, I didn't have no time to play. I saw what I liked.
Okay.
And I needed to keep your interest. Okay.
Well, you did that. You did that.
Well, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Right.
Well, my first impression of you, you already know, was them lips.
Whoa.
That's what I was looking at.
Okay.
Okay. So he was looking at the hips. I was looking at the lips.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, you gotta drink some tea.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my first impression of you.
Okay.
And I enjoyed the conversation, and I think what really got me is so he came and picked me up for the date, and then we went on and he brought me back and walked me to the door and everything. And my mom was really impressed with you, like from the jump. And she was like, yeah, he's a good one. Because she saw some of the the frogs before and was just like, and would tell me, one thing about Leola knows, okay? And she's like, that's not it. She would tell me straight up, but with you, from the jump, she was like, yeah, that's a good guy. Yeah, from the beginning. So, and yeah, she loves you.
Shout out to Mom. Oh, man.
So, we had our first date.
Mm-hmm.
You were traveling back and forth from Tallahassee.
Yeah.
And I would come to Tallahassee sometimes, and and hang out and go out with you.
Yeah. Yeah. You get there like on a Friday evening, and we either go out to eat or we'll go to Winn-Dixie and get some food and come back, cook, and just enjoy each other's company.
Yeah. Watched a lot of movies.
Yeah. A
lot of movies. Frequent all the pizza joints in Tallahassee. We found our love for pizza together. Yeah.
Like, oh, you like pizza? Say less.
Pizza, right? We were going to every different type of pizza joint. It was So, how did you know that I was the one? Like, how did you know? Like, okay, this is it. This is the girl I want to marry, or this is the girl I want to be with her for the rest of my life. Because honestly, I knew after 6 months that we were going to be together. It's going to be me and you. Like, I was telling my friends, this is my boyfriend, Jimmy, and I'm going to marry him. Like, this is it.
6 months.
After 6 months. Wow. Yeah. I just knew, like, I'm the type of person, either when I know something, I know it. And if I don't know it, I'd be kind of iffy on it. But I knew, like, this is my person. I'm done. This is it. 6 months.
6 months. I would say for me, I would have to push that to 12 months, like a year.
Okay.
Only because I felt like we had the connection. It was there, and I knew I loved you. So the only thing that was kind of holding me back was that temper. That good old temper that you
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
The person you see now was not the person that was shown back then,
Oh, okay. You're talking about my previous life.
Yeah, Woo, man,
Yeah, I was wilding.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah, like one little thing and it'll spark something and she'll just, be all on you.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I did. I liked it when it wasn't toward me, So I guess for like a good example, like we'll go out to eat and the waitress will bring our food and something wouldn't be right on on my plate or something like that. And before I can say anything, she's like, "Is that right? Is that okay? Oh no, no. Hey, come here. Hey." I'm like, "Whoa."
Pretty sure I wasn't that extreme. I don't think I was that extreme.
Are you sure?
Honestly, there's a lot about my past life I don't remember. So hey, who knows?
Okay.
I think I have the same response. I think I do the same thing now, but how I handle it is differently. Like in the past, I might have been like, hey. Now it's like, excuse me, are you sure? Like this, can you tell me what happened here? Like,
Okay.
so that's a little bit different.
So you try to confirm what's happening before you go off.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
But in my mind, I already know.
Oh, see.
I already know the answer in my mind.
Yeah, she already ready, but she just like, I want to hear you say it, and so I can have a reason to go off. So
but I try to keep it just in case I'm not correct, but I am correct most of the time. Anyways.
Okay.
Moving on. That's another subject for another day.
Oh man. So like I was saying, when it's not directed toward me, I was cool with it, but when it was, that's not like, okay, do I want to deal with this forever? So that was the only thing that was kind of holding me back, but I thank God that He works on us by loving us, because it finally has dwindled down quite a bit.
Yes. Now you're seeing the fruit of your labor.
Yes.
Yes. Hallelujah. We thank God for growth.
We do. But even through all that, I still prayed about it. I asked God, is this a woman for me? Because I see a lot of qualities in this woman, and it's just like little things that give you that little doubt. And I know that us as men, we tend to look at those little things and try to blow it out more than what it is, to the point we don't make that step of marriage. And you have to realize that nobody's perfect. And that's something that I realized from the beginning. And I thank God that I did. You got to remember that nobody is perfect. We're all human. And, we're not going to be this perfect man or woman that you're looking for. You're always going to have somebody that needs work.
Yeah.
And that's why you need to have somebody that knows God so they can work on them.
Right.
But that's a whole story in itself. But she was a God-fearing woman, and so am I. So I already knew that if we got God, we're going to be straight. So He told me that she is a woman for me, and I took that with the stuff I've already seen with my own eyes, and I said, yeah, she is. So just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
But I didn't come to that full realization until like a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Now I will say this.
Oh.
The other thing is, I understood it when she was doing it. That's why I didn't trip. But he was like, we need to get married. It's been 1 year, it's been 2 years. We need to get married. I'm like, well, hey.
Correction. What I said was, I'm not going to wait for you forever.
And that's if
you know, I was not giving you no ultimatum. I just was like, if I'm not the person for you, move on and let me move on. That's all I was saying. That's all I was trying to say. Don't hold me up. I won't hold you up. If I ain't it, then I ain't it. But I know you it for me. But I ain't trying to convince you that I'm for you. That's all I was saying. I wasn't giving him no ultimatum. I just said I ain't waiting no 3-4 years for you to propose to me. That's my testimony.
Okay.
That's my testimony. That's not everybody. Do you, boo? Okay. But for me and mine's, that wasn't it for me.
Exactly.
That's all I was saying.
And like I tell everybody this, I'm like, always put yourself in that other person's shoes. Treat people like you want to be treated and everything. So I'm hearing that, and like I say, for men, the first thing we're gonna be like, oh no, I ain't gonna marry nobody that's gonna pressure me into getting married. What kind of junk is that? But you have to realize, just like she said, she's not gonna wait around, or she wouldn't want to wait around for some man to make a decision.
To maybe marry me?
Exactly.
On a maybe?
On a maybe.
I'm not waiting around for no maybe.
Because 2 years turn to 4 years, 4 years turn to 6 years.
And next thing you know, y'all been shacking up for 20 years.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
What kind of life is that? You know, and you don't have, I don't want to say it like this, but you don't have no papers on, you don't have, he can walk away at any time.
Exactly.
You know, you can walk away at any time, and then what have you done all that time? So for me, no, I was not waiting around. I was not.
Yeah.
Is he worth waiting for? Absolutely. I don't want to take that away, because you are absolutely worth waiting for. But at the same time, it's like, okay, do you know or not?
Exactly.
You know, so.
And how long do you wait? You know?
Right.
Yeah. So I understood that. So with that, you know, that did put a, you know, a little seed in my head, like, okay, I do need to make a decision whether I'm going to marry her or not. But I went ahead, I said, I prayed about it, prayed to God about it a lot, and then I came to the confirmation that I wanted to do it. And I say, you're never going to feel 100% ready no matter what you do. So there has to be a level of faith in it to where you like, okay, she is worth going and trying this out and like doing it. So that's what made me go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you like plan the proposal? How did you decide, okay, this is the day that I'm going to propose to her?
So we made it official, being boyfriend and girlfriend on November 28th. And I believe the second year was coming up where I was, yeah. So the second year was coming up, and like I said, I decided I was going to marry her and propose to her. So I went ahead and I called up her parents and scheduled a meeting to meet with them at McDonald's on Lim Turner and Dunn Avenue. And I met with them at McDonald's, and I sat them down and I told them, I said, you know, me and Jennifer have been dating for a while, and I just want to let you guys know that I really love her a lot. And she was scared to tell you, but I'm going to tell you that she's pregnant. And you know, and we've been talking about it and doing this and that. And while I'm doing this, her mom is looking at me with this this funny looking grin on her face, like, Negro, I know you lying.
Lies you tell.
I know you lying. Because I know my daughter.
Exactly.
I talk to her all the time. So she's looking at me, but then her dad is looking at me, but he has this like zoned in look on his face, like he's ready to take me out. And I'm watching that, but I'm still like laughing and stuff, like talking to her mom and stuff, but he's not saying a word. He's just looking at me. And I was kind of getting nervous, you know? So I went ahead and ended it. I said, you know, I'm just playing. I'm really thinking about, or I'm going to like propose to Jennifer on November 28th. And I just wanted to get your guys' blessings. And, you know, her mom was like, I'm so happy that you guys are going to move forward and stuff like that. And I just love this for you and stuff like that. So me and her mom is talking and we smiling and stuff. I look over at her dad. Her dad is not saying anything. He's still looking at me with a zoned out look on his face. And I'm like, I don't know if he heard anything I just said besides Jennifer pregnant. So I'm like waving at him like, hey man, hey. I was just playing. So he finally got out of it. Then he was like, man, I was about to jump over this table for you. And that was the day that I realized your dad really loves you.
My dad does not play about his girls. He really does
Yeah,
not.
I
He
found out.
like, and I'm the firstborn too. Oh no,
Yeah.
he does not play about us at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad really, he loves us.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do anything he can for us. He really will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out. I
Yeah.
found out that day. I
What
really
made
did.
you do that though? Why that? Why that?
Cause I'm a nut. A big
You
old
play
nut.
too
Yeah.
much.
I love playing with people's emotions. You know.
Mm,
Yeah. Any chance I get, I'll make a joke out of something. So, um, yeah. I just decided to do that. I didn't think it would cost my life though. But,
You was about to find out.
yeah. I was just trying to get a quick laugh out of them or something. You know. It wasn't funny to your daddy. I tell you that.
Oh my goodness.
Um. Yeah. So I told them, and then I told my parents, and I set up something at their house to like form a nice little gathering where I could propose to her in front of friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe on November 28th that day, and that year, we went out to eat at Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah, I think that's where we ended up at.
Yeah.
Ruby Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we had our first date.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a nice little dinner there, and what I was asking you, I was asking you what you wanted to do.
Yeah, like what you want to do now? What do you want to do afterwards? I'm like, I don't know what you want to do. And then we end up at your parents' house. I was like, okay, we gonna hang out
Yeah,
at the parents' house then.
exactly.
And I didn't think much of it because it was the day before Thanksgiving. So I mean, like,
Yeah,
it wasn't much to do.
it wasn't much to do. It
Yeah.
wasn't nothing outside of the norm that we
Yeah.
usually do that anyway. You
Yeah.
know, go to either one of our parents' house and just hang out.
Hang out. Yeah.
So that's what we did. I brought her back to my parents' house, and my parents were there, but nobody else was. And we went upstairs. So like the way my parents' house is set up, they have a bonus room on the second floor. So we went up to the room and hang out there. Just hung out, played some music, and just doing what little birds do, you know.
So yeah, I heard something downstairs, and I was like telling him to shh, be quiet. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Oh, it sounds like somebody's downstairs. And so we left from upstairs. He went down the stairs first. And so then I'm like slowly going down the stairs and I'm peeking around the corner to see what's going on. And then Etta James at last starts playing. And so I come around and I'm just like, what's going on? And I see the people in the room. And I saw my mom, I saw my dad, and I was like, Dad, you supposed to be at Bible study. And then I saw my friend Mika. I was like, Mika, I just talked to you on the phone. What are you doing here? And it's just like, yeah, all these people there to celebrate us. I was like, oh my God. I'm just in complete shock.
Yep. So while she was walking around like pointing at people, I had got down on one knee, and so when she turned around, she saw me on one knee, and then she realized what was going on.
Yep. And he proposed to me with my mom's engagement ring. So like a couple weeks before that, my mom had shown me her engagement ring. So when he pulled it out, I knew exactly what it was. And I just thought that was so sentimental because I knew whose ring it was. But then he was like, oh no, this is your real ring, which was as beautiful. But you know, it was such a sweet moment. And yeah.
Yep.
Yep, they had to share it with friends and family, and then we had like a little engagement party after that.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was so beautiful. And now here we are,
Yep.
15 years later.
15 years.
Two beautiful boys.
Yep.
Just living life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So enjoying marriage. You know, I already know marriage has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you what kind of ups and downs. But you know you got them. So it's kind of like you know, but you don't know.
Exactly.
And when it hits, it hits.
It hits, baby.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. I enjoy every minute of it, and I thank God that I get to experience it with you.
Yep, wouldn't have it any other way.
Yep.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed getting to know us better. I hope you stick around because we're going to talk about some really, really good topics in the future.
For sure. We would love to hear from you, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.
Peace.